on Inside the Vandals, joined by Vandals head coach Paul Petrino. And Coach, you guys have Arkansas State Saturday on the road, and it's interesting, they played USC and so did you guys just about a week apart. When you have common opponents like that, obviously they have the same tape that you guys do of you guys playing USC, but does that help you scout an opponent when you play the same team?
Not really. I mean, it can sometimes. It's more by what people play and what schemes they run. This day and age, you have tape of everybody. So you have every single game they play. They have every game you play. You get them immediately after the games. I think, 20 years ago it would help because then you already had the tape, so you could start studying them earlier. But now, with the way the world is, you have tape. The minute their game's over, you have their tape. So they're a very fast, athletic football team. I said when the season started, I thought our first two conference games would probably be the two best teams we played in the conference, and I still really think that. I think Arkansas State is very talented, very athletic. They had a chance to beat Missouri at home, came right down to end the game, and they probably should have beat them. But they didn't have their quarterback last week. They had to play their backup quarterback. That hurt them. They had 5 turnovers. But it's a great challenge, and we're very excited to go down there and play them.
What's kind of their style? I mean, you guys have seen some very run-heavy styles the last couple weeks. What does Arkansas State do?
They're a little bit different by what quarterback plays. When they got Freddie in there, the guy that was the first-team all-conference quarterback last year, he's kind of a run-around, scramble, make things happen. They'll run quarterback reads. They'll run quarterback counter. He does throw the ball well too, but when they bring in their backup, then they're more of a passing team.
What are you guys trying to do offensively against them? What do they bring to the table that you guys have to be ready for in offense?
I think their strengths are defensive line. They got 2 guys on the edge that can really run and rush the passer, and they got 2 great big guys in the middle that push the pocket. So definitely their strengths, their defensive line. We got to do a good job of keeping them off balance and running it and throwing it and moving the pocket and making sure they just don't know where our quarterback is all the time.
What do you feel like is going to be the biggest key for you guys based on it? What are you going to be preaching to your guys this week? If we take care of this, we're going to be in good shape.
The football, probably, to be honest with you. If we do a good job of taking care of the football, I thought we moved the ball on them very well last year. It was a game that went back and forth. It was 30-28, in the fourth quarter, but we had too many turnovers against them last year. We got to do a great job of taking care of the football. They got a couple key players that we got to stop defensively, but if we can take care of the ball, run, hit, play as hard as we played last week, but even a little bit harder, and carry that over into 4 quarters, then I think we have a great chance to win.
Is it for sure that their starting quarterback will be back, or do you almost have to game plan for both this week?
You got a game plan for both right now because he's listed as questionable, so you're not sure which guy's going to play.
And then finally, Coach, you talked after the game against Georgia Southern about just, we played so well for that first half, really 3 quarters, we got to do it for 4. How do you get your guys to play that way for 4 quarters?
Yeah, it's just a matter of learning how to do it. I think our guys work hard. I think they're in good shape. It was really more of anything just execution on a few key plays and key situations, and we just got to make sure we get it done.
He's Vandals head coach Paul Petrino. Coach, as always a pleasure, and thanks for your time.
All right, thanks for having me.
Up next, we talk to one Vandal who has been an inspiration to everyone. Hey, welcome back to Inside the Vandals. We absolutely have the privilege of being joined by Idaho Vandal member Jace Malek. Jace, thanks so much for taking the time to be with us.
Thank you for having me.
Well, at first, just tell me, what's it been like, so far through these first 4 games, just being a part of the Idaho Vandals?
Oh, it's been great. The traveling is really fun. All the guys are super nice, and I'm always joking around with the guys. I roomed with AJ at USC, and that was a great experience, and it's just been fun being around with being one of the guys.
So tell me, what was the atmosphere like at the Coliseum? I don't know about you, but I'm an absolute junkie for stadiums. What was the atmosphere like just being at really a very famous venue that the Coliseum is for USC?
It was really cool because I've never experienced anything like that, and you always play against USC on like a video game or whatever, and you always see the stadium, and you always have a dream that someday you'll be there, and it was very cool, and the crowd was very loud, and everything was just the background with the LA behind it was very, very cool.
Are you like a video game guy? Do you like to play NCAA or Madden or anything like that?
I'm not really a big video game guy. The only game I really did have was the NCAA football for the PS3, but other than that, I don't really play games now.
What do you think of the Vandals' chances at Arkansas State? What do they need to do in this game coming up?
Well, I think the team is definitely capable of winning. They just got to keep their spirits high and keep their heads up. I mean, when they're playing good, they play good, and when they're not playing good, then they're not playing good. So it just depends on which group of guys show up, and I definitely think that they can whoop some butt this week.
What was it like for you against Ohio, being an honorary captain, going out to midfield and just being a part in that way?
You know, it was fun. It was definitely cool. It's something I always look forward to doing once I actually was able to play. It was getting out there and being a captain at the college level, and it was cool to be out there with those 4 captain guys who were very, very inspirational and very big parts of the team.
What does Idaho mean to you? I mean, obviously this last spring when you called the coaching staff, you know, you told them about your situation and they honored your scholarship. What does it mean that you know they have done that and that just you've been plugged in such a significant way here?
Well, it's definitely helped me get in and out of the hospital. I mean, I spent a lot of time in the hospital going through chemo treatments and my surgery and everything, and having the team as a support group and being able to come back here and be a part of this has definitely helped me get out of it quicker and helping me keep my spirits up and not getting depressed and all that kind of stuff. So that's probably the biggest part of what they do for me.
What do you do as far as, I know on Mondays you kind of sit down with the team and when they break down film and that kind of thing, what do you do in that way? And also tell me about game day. Like, what's your role on game day and how do you help out?
Yeah, on Mondays I pretty much just sit in the back of the room and kind of just listen in to the main coaches while they discuss what they're doing. And then, you know, I run the computer in the back, so when they need me to change something, I'll change for it and then just listen in. And on game days, I like to go in and talk to the recruits, just talk to the parents and BS. There's a lot of guys I know that are from around here, from within wrestling tournaments and my football career that I just have met along the way. So I know a lot of the guys here, so I just sit in there and kind of talk to whoever's there that week.
And coming into college football, obviously from the high school level, is it what you thought it would be? Just how much have you learned at just seeing how coaches break down film and what they look at?
You know, I figured it was going to be pretty intense, but I mean, these guys go 8 days a week, or 7 days a week. It's pretty intense. I didn't know they were going to be 7 days a week from 7 o'clock in the morning till 9 o'clock at night. But you know, it's pretty cool to see how much work they put in and how good they actually are.
Well, there you have it. He's Jace Malek. Jace, thanks so much for taking the time.
Thank you.
Well, up next we have women's volleyball. They opened up Big Sky play at home, so we'll have that. And we also have campus connections coming up as well. Stay with us on Inside the Vandals.